Hello and welcome to videosbyaddress.com. We are the first video virtual tour vendor approved by MRIS and also an approved vendor with Realtor.com. So today we're going to go over how to shoot a high quality virtual tour video in 3 easy steps. Now this is a short version of this. A longer version explaining all the details of a good virtual tour video is available online on our website at www.videosbyaddress.com. So what does it take to shoot a good video virtual tour? One is you're going to need to pick the right time to go shoot the video. Two is how to keep this video as steady as possible. And three is the speed of the video that you're shooting. First, let's talk about lighting. Now before you go shoot, you're going to need to pick a time to go shoot the video. And what I want you to do when picking that time is to decide or find out whether the house gets morning sun or afternoon sun. Lighting is very important when you're showing the house, and you want to make sure you get as much sunlight as possible to make the house as bright as possible. And not only that, what you want to do is turn on all the lights as bright as possible, because the video quality improves dramatically with brighter sunlight. The second step to shooting a good video is camera steadiness. Now if you remember anything from this video or any of the other videos that we have or anything else on the web, this is the one thing I want you to remember. A good steady video is probably the most important thing when you're trying to display your videos to potential buyers and other viewers on the web. So how do you do that? Let's take a point and shoot camera and go over the steps on shooting a good steady video. This is the hardest, point and shoots are the hardest ones to shoot a steady video because it's so small and light and it moves around well. But besides that, these take great videos, so you don't need a video camera or fancy equipment to shoot. Anyway, first thing I want to do is I want you to take off your shoes. You want to go barefoot or with your socks or whatever when you're walking around. And mainly because what that does is as you walk from your heel to toe, you really get a feel for how you're walking and your movement as you're walking, because you'll be completely in tune with the floor, and that's going to help you create a very steady shot. Second is use your arms to steady yourself, brace yourself somehow, By putting your arms in, what you're going to do is you're using your elbows to brace your camera against your body. Or do something else. Maybe you want to do a one arm and move around like this. Anything that braces the camera from going off, wandering in sudden movements. Third, I say go buy a tripod, and don't go buy this really expensive super light tripod, because we want the weight. Tripod is very good for, in my opinion, probably the best thing out there in creating a steady video. And if you were to hold it atop like this, when you're shooting, I want you to grab the top part of the tripod and walk around with it. The reason why tripods are so good for a steady shot is because, one, weight. I think we all know that the lighter it is, easier it is to shake it and vibrate it. And by adding more weight to your camera, your movement just will slow down dramatically. It won't be violent shaking. Two is the physics behind it. Anyone who understands, who have held some kind of heavy rod before, knows that it's much easier to hold it like this than horizontally, and that's because of the simple gravity pulling it down. So what that really does is really balances your camera, because when you're walking around like this for good 5 minutes, then it's going to start to get heavy. And as you start to tilt, what's going to happen is tilt more and more. It's going to get heavier and heavier and more uncomfortable. And if you grab the top part of the tripod, it's going to eventually balance itself out by creating a very good straight vertical line, and which helps you just stay balanced. It can sway a little bit, but it'll always end up correcting yourself. The third and final step to shooting a good video virtual tour is speed. Now this is a virtual tour of the house, so you're going to have to move around. As we covered in the vibrations and steadiness, that's very important, right? But one thing we want to do is make sure that we move slowly from one room to another or from one point to another. Now, the slower you move, the steadier the video is, and the crisper the picture gets. Because remember, our human eye processes lighting and everything, 4 to 6 times faster than a simple camera lens. So if you move from this point to this point really fast, as you're looking at the video, the camera's not going to know what's really going on. So to make the video as clean as possible, just move a little slow. Just kind of walk around very slowly. You don't have to walk very fast. And if you're worried about the overall video length, it's okay. Just just moving as slow as I just did, you should be able to cover the entire floor in a minute to minute and a half, even in large homes. So that's basically the 3 points. Lighting, pick a time when you get the most sunlight, make the house as bright as possible. Steadiness, take your shoes off, brace yourself, brace your arms, and a tripod. And 3 is slow. Slower is better.